Okay, I believe we are now live. Microphone is microphoning. Yep, stream is working. Looks clear enough. Can everyone hear me okay? Let's hope this goes better than the last one. Just give it a moment. Good. Okay, lovely. No technical difficulties this stream. I was prepared. Hey, Boston, Amber, and yes, just to clear up any confusion, I'm just saying goodbye to the year. I'm not quitting. Well, you're currently all invisible. It says 0 people are watching, but fair enough. Hey, there we go, 19 people. Hello, 19 people. Right, just the usual. I'm going to be working on this picture. This is a picture of a young 26-year-old Winston Churchill. I thought I'd play it safe with the public domain images, now that I've, for the moment, run out of family pictures. Just to keep us entertained. I'm doing not too bad today. Turtle on a mountaintop, hello. Barry Sullen Meeps. Shrek. Minerva Cuevas. Thank you all for joining me and saying goodbye to the year. As per usual, I'll take any questions you have, but basically we're just here to chill out for a little bit of time, at least an hour, maybe a little more, we'll see. And we'll do a little work on old Winnie here. Melted Memory Princess, my dog likes listening to you. Wasn't 4 hours late though, I'm not sure what you mean. Hi Zavi, how you doing? Hello Rochelle. Thanks Barry. Right, let's... it is a bit late for you then. It's currently 8 PM in the UK, so it's not even New Year's Eve yet. It's currently the 30th. Hello Amber. Well, I'm going to have a busy day ahead tomorrow, so I wasn't going to do a live stream going into 2019. Because tomorrow I've got an appointment with the dermatologist at the hospital. Don't know why it was scheduled for New Year's Eve, but fine, as I'll go down and see them. Although I think I'm getting a lift actually. My sister texted me, asked me when it was, said they'll take me down. Then I'll need to get back and I'll need to make 2 videos. Then I'll need to try and get a nap so that I can be nice and refreshed, and I can then go see the new year in with my family. Oh, hello, Rebecca. I saw you. Yes, I saw a couple of your comments earlier. Do you like Plants vs. Zombies? Did I ever play Plants vs. Zombies? I don't think I did. I've seen people play it. It wasn't really my kind of thing. There's only a certain number of games I do like. I love all the Batman Arkham ones. and I like all the Frogwares Sherlock Holmes games. I love those. Quite a few of the Telltale ones, like The Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, and I just realised, because Telltale's shutting down, they did announce a season 2 of The Wolf Among Us, but that's not going to happen now, is it? I mean, that's the least sucky thing about them shutting down. I mean, all those people lost their jobs, but still, incoming hits. Brace yourself. Element, yes, this is a young Winston Churchill. Thought we'll try and add a splash of colour to it. For honour. For posterity. For the grandeur of the British people. Blah, blah, blah. Fluffy the bonus, thanks Fluffy. I think basically I'm going to go down and they'll take one look at me and they'll be like, oh dear, that was kind of pointless, all that time you spent in the thing. So they'll either offer other options, or I don't think they'll offer phototherapy again, because they only give you so much of that. But if they offer it, I'll probably take it. I was listing games I liked before I got distracted. Assassin's Creed, I've never played any. I do have one on my Steam wish list. It might be on sale, I'm not sure. It was the one set in Victorian London, which I kind of have an odd interest in that era, perhaps because of all the Jack the Ripper stuff. So I'll probably try that one when it goes cheap enough, because I'm a bit of a cheapskate when it comes to games. But no, I haven't played any of the other Assassin's Creed games. Somebody mentioned Spider-Man 4. That looks like a good game. I would like to play it actually, but I won't be able to play it unless they put it out on PC. Or I can pick up a PlayStation 4 really cheap. I do actually look now and again, because I want to play that, and I really want to play Until Dawn, because that looks like a really good game. It looks like a lot of fun, all the different outcomes. Syndicate. Okay, I'm going to quickly nip over to Steam. Just make sure nobody's posted anything loot here. Not that I follow a lot of people. It's just I follow one account that occasionally posts naughty pictures. I was just making sure he wasn't on screen. Actually, no, I don't even need to go there. I can just wiki it, can't I? Assassin's Creed. Have to be careful not to show anything from the game. Games. Menus. Wasn't the most recent one. I don't think it was the one before that. Nope, I'm probably way past it. Yep, that's the one. It's Syndicate. Yeah, that one looked quite good. Hey, can you do that Frasier voice again? Do I have a Frasier voice? Oh, for God's sake, Niles. That one? What are you thinking, you jackass? Thanks, Kim. You have a nice New Year, too. Trial and Acetone, thank you. Nice to see you. Do you make any New Year's resolutions? No. If I'm going to make a decision, I just make it. There's no point waiting till the start of the year. Diamond Dragon, what are you doing New Year's? I'll just be spending time with the family. Usually about an hour or so, saying the New Year. Then I'll come back here and watch stuff or play video games. I started rewatching The Mentalist on Amazon Prime, so maybe that. Thank you, Wartbound Nicole. Hope you're having a good day too. Trill and Acetone, don't know if anyone has suggested this before, but since you're in Scotland, any chance of doing the Loch Ness Monster series? Not sure if the content is out there. Well, the problem with the Loch Ness Monster is it's completely and totally fake. It was disproven. I think they even managed to find a contract for the people who created, that picture basically looks like a hand coming up out the water. Yeah, it's all nonsense, really, that one. Love GoldenEye. I don't think I ever played GoldenEye. I don't think I've played any of the James Bond games. Yeah, so like I say, those kind of like detective-y type games, those are the ones I enjoy. Or the ones where there's kind of a story progression, you're making lots of choices. Or I've been doing some stuff in VR recently. Although there aren't as many good games out there for VR as I'd like. I really did enjoy Arizona Sunshine. That was a lot of fun. Let's back up to Winston here. And it's a lot of fun, but I haven't really found too many other games that have any kind of a story. I mean, Arizona Sunshine was a very brief story. You're basically just moving across sections of Arizona, shooting zombies. But at least it had a point to it. And the other games I'm playing right now are Beat Saber. What's in my library? I did get the Talos Principle. Megaton Rainfall wasn't too bad, and I've been playing Guns and Stories a little bit, but I'm stuck on one of the levels. I remember the last time I played, I got stuck in that one too. But yeah, I'm just waiting on some other interesting stuff coming out for the Vive, and I'm always on the lookout for new games of a certain type. I've heard Call of Cthulhu is good, so I might get that eventually. Yeah, I do like Beat Saber. It really annoyed me with the last update, was the one before that. They released it and all my scores disappeared, so I've kind of got to go through and get them from scratch. Although I do appreciate that they're introducing like variations on it now. I think the last song they added, it was Red and Purple, which I actually quite like. Would be nice if I could actually change that for the rest of them in game, but just make sure I'm not missing anything in here. Hi V, welcome. I try to do the live streams on different days, different times, just to make sure everyone can get a chance. The only time I've not done it is done it like really early so more of the UK viewers might get in. But I might do it at one point. Shrek, do you have any good book recommendations? I have many. I'll get to that in a sec, just while I catch up on the chat here. Thanks, Jamie. Everyone, come on. Don't be shy. Hello, Elzette Donaldson. Drill, did you see Bird Box? I haven't seen it yet. I think it only just went up on Netflix, didn't it? That's Sandra Bullock? I'll probably check it out because I've had a crush on Sandra Bullock since I was a lad. Sandy B. Anyway. Hello, Maria. Hope you had a good holiday season. Dragon, can you do a Myths and Legends series? Yes, I'm thinking about it. I want to do it. I'm just working out how. I did see if you guys haven't, I strongly recommend a channel called Monarch's Factory. I won't go and play anything right now because of obvious reasons. But her name is Dale Kingsmill, and that's what much of the content on her channel is. A lot of like D&D stuff as well. It does a lot of that. But there's also, she does a myth series where it primarily seems to focus on Greek myths, but there's some Norse stuff in there as well, and some Celtic myths. I really like the way she does it, where she's obviously studied the myths versions of myths very thoroughly, and but she sits down as if she's telling a story extemporaneously. I don't know if she scripts it or if she maybe writes a rough script and then just kind of goes off. And she also does these cool little illustrations that go in with it. That's a good approach to it, and I like that, but I don't want to copy that. So I'm trying to think of how to do it. I don't just want to read existing versions of the stories, but I think I could write my own versions of them, keeping them intact, and that's it's certainly possible. Because getting kind of background briefly to the book question someone asked, there's a series of books by Stephen Fry, right? Who, ironically, ultimate atheist, but he is like a god to me. And the first one was called Mythos, or Mythos. I usually go with, and Heroes, and they are retellings of the Greek myths. The first one focuses more on the gods. The second one involves the gods as well, but it focuses more on the human type heroes. So there are possibilities there. So what I might end up doing, and this is a very long-winded way to go about saying, yes, I'm thinking about doing myths of some kind. I will likely read and learn about them and write my own, and then I'll do them in videos. As for illustrations, I'm going to have to kind of relearn how to draw. I've been working kind of like this, digitally, doing restorations to photos for quite a while. It's been a long time since I actually sat down and drew something. I did buy a tablet specifically for that, so I might try doing that, just doing hopefully kind of little cartoonish illustrations to illustrate the stories as we go. But we'll see what I come up with. Right. Element, as I believe I've explained previously, I stopped doing them because the subreddit where I got them from has interesting views regarding copyright. I.e., I and Reddit, because it's in Reddit's rules, believe the copyright of stuff posted on there belongs with the author. They don't, and I tried to explain to them that wasn't the case, and they blocked me from contacting them. So as far as I'm concerned, anything posted on their subreddit they can have. I'm not going to truck with it anymore. But I will do more TIFUs when I can get them from subscribers, and I am always on the lookout for another source of embarrassing stories. So it's not gone, it's just shelved, and when it returns, it will just be an occasional series every once in a while. Because I enjoy them too. Please, Sabina, cheer me up. I have to work till a little. Oh, hang on, something jumped ahead. I'm probably way behind on the chat here. I apologise. Sorry for the sound. Here's some typing keys while I read the chat. See, I went on my long-winded mythology explanation there and I lost track. I believe Paulina was saying something. Oh, yeah, it was after that. Come on. Element, yeah, I do actually have 1 and 2p coins. I currently have a jar or a tin filled with them. Oh, Paulina has to work till 11 p.m. on New Year's Eve. Ooh. And on New Year's from 8 a.m. Yeah, I remember when I used to work retail, I would always have to work both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Yeah, you think you would have gotten one of them off, but no. Thankfully, well, actually, at one point I think I did get one of them off. Then, because a wanker manager that we had at one point, I ended up working both of them for a couple of years. Anyway. I apologise if you're leaving comments and I'm not seeing them here. I'm doing my best just to keep up. LZ, have you ever thought of some African lore and ghost stories? In South Africa, we have a lot of interesting stories, i.e. the Tokolosh, the Ghost of Uniondale, etc. Basically, worldwide, I'm open to. I'll probably start with the Greek myths, though, because Greek, and there before by extension Roman, same thing, and Egyptian are probably the first three. Then I really did enjoy the Norse myths, as told by Neil Gaiman, but I've kind of got an interest in all that sort of stuff because it's wonderful early storytelling is what it is. Speed is a good movie. Oh, fair enough. Have I ever seen Speed? One of those movies I feel like I've seen it, but I can't actually recall for sure that I have. Thanks, Marianne Pratt. Hello, Miss Cleo. Thank you, Charlotte. Night Raven. Oh, don't worry, I'll get to those eventually when I start the series. But I'll start with the old loves first. V, hey Hellfreezer, would you be able to include a story about bad or abusive friends in a video? I have a handful of those, and I'd be glad to contribute. Yeah, I have been planning on doing a bad friends a bad friends video for a while. I've actually got one recorded already about kind of a crummy friendship, and I just need a few more. I need 4 more really for that. So it's one of those videos. It's kind of like the Idiots in the Wild, where I'll do them, but I'm just kind of gathering them here and there. So, by all means, if you have any you'd like to share, you can send them to kingofthecities@gmail.com. Hi Marcel, thanks for stopping in. Element, who's your favourite Seth MacFarlane character? I like Roger the best. That would be Alara. Oh, Alara. I'm going to miss her if she leaves. From the Orville. Thank you, Art by Nicole. I appreciate the encouragement there. Bye, Fluffy. Have a good time. The People's Les Miserables. Well, yeah, Rochelle, the all myth is in fair use at this point. You just can't use specific tellings. That's why it would be more practical to write my own. Thankfully, I'm not too bad of a writer. I did actually start writing, or rewriting, or rather, the story of Fenris Wolf a little while ago. So I might finish with that, or I might just go with the Greek myths, because I think I like them a lot more. Don't know what I'll start with, though. Maybe the fall of Uranus and Kronos, the early days like that. Amber Buzzick. People keep asking me about these. Did you not hear the answer? No, you didn't hear the answer. They're gone because I can't get the stories. The subreddit is claiming ownership of the stories. That's not correct. They don't actually own them because it doesn't actually say that anywhere in the rules. I think if people knew that when they were posting there, they were claiming that. I think basically what it boils down to is they hired new moderators. One of these new moderators, I think, didn't quite understand the rules. Because if you go to my Twitter account, I've taken screen caps of the conversation, and you can kind of see they were making claims that were not true. So I decided just, I'll leave it for now and try something else. The something else I tried was spinning plates. It did massively better. So it actually opened up Saturday to me as a viable day for posting things. So the embarrassing stories aren't gone. And they aren't called embarrassing stories, not TIFU. They are gone, and though they're not gone, but when they come back, it will just be fewer videos every once in a while. I did one a couple of months back. Marcel, no, I haven't seen Bird Box yet. There was another film that someone was asking me about the other day. I think it was the Black Mirror one, which I'm probably not going to watch the Black Mirror one. Marianne Pratt, what meal will you be eating for New Year's? Do you have a tradition like us? Well, I'm having a steak, Pope's steak, with either chips, mushrooms, and gravy, or mashed potatoes, vegetables, gravy, roast potatoes, that sort of thing. Not sure which. I got both because I wasn't sure which I wanted to have. Okay, I think I actually caught up with the chat. Yeah, I did. I caught up with the chat. Give myself a pat on the back. Let's earn me a snack. Sorry about the noise. I'm opening almond rounds. Rochelle, yeah, I will take subscriber submissions. Although if you find another subreddit you want to submit them to, that's totally fine. Or if you want to submit them to the TIFU subreddit, that's totally up to you. Just be aware, someone there, at least one person's claiming ownership over your work. Shrek, why don't I have it all? Because it would give me a sore tummy. Okay, let's put a little splash of colour on Winston here. I'll start a bit there with that one, I think. Acetone, I did one accidentally a few streams ago. I currently have no solid plans to do a face reveal, given that I look like a leper at the moment. That's only a mild exaggeration. Maybe one day, when I can get this hideous skin of mine under control, I'll consider it. I've been looking into cameras, various prices and that, various models. Probably going to get a Canon. At one point I think it was leaning towards a 70D, but I think it's either a 77D or in 80D that's available now. Although I'm kind of looking at the camera so I can start taking my own stock pictures and stock footage, but I also need something that I can viably record video with as well, in case I do want to do a face reveal. It would be nice. I mean, I think about it now and again, so I'm not swearing it off. I'm not saying never, ever, ever. I just don't have any plans at present for it. But I'd like to be prepared. What was his eye colour? I don't think there's any colour pictures on. Well, it's a painting. Let me give me an idea. Kind of grey blue. No. Let's go with kind of a pale blue then. Oh, did I miss Boston? Bye, Boston. Shrek, how old are you? I'm 37 years old. Charlotte Steele, can you speak, please? I have been speaking. If you can't hear me, well, I'm not sure what the problem is. Good night, Elzat. Thanks for stopping in. Can you speak up, please? Is anybody else having a problem hearing me? Is the volume too low for you? If it is, I'll see what I can do by moving the mic closer. I mean, I did move away from the mic a bit there while I was checking chat. Okay. Chat's alright. Now, I was looking for Sir Winston's eye colour there. Oop. Let's do all the skin tones first. Shrek, is it ageist to say you sound young? No, not really. 37 isn't old, you know. Young whippersnappers thinking anybody older than 30 is ancient. Drilled and acetone. Have you ever been to the US? Not so far. I'm not swearing it off, but I'd really need a reason to go to the US. I can't currently think of any. I suppose I could go do all the touristy things. Or maybe someone will hire me to, oh, I don't know, play a part in a film or something, or do some voiceover work. Buy new Frosted Flakes, they're gruffle. My God, that is such a British expression he's got on his face here. Yes, I'm actually quite delighted inside, but mustn't express it. Mustn't let the commoners know how I feel. Yes. Bye, Diamond Dragon. Have a good one. Charlotte Steele, where are you from? I am from the land of Scots. Ava, what helps with my severe psoriasis is the tar shampoo. All of my body measures in the shower. Well, I usually find, for me, is less caffeine, drink more water, and then slather my body with chemicals. Dovinex have got me on. Lots of moisturiser, of course, plenty of that. They'll probably yell at me tomorrow because I'm not using the moisturiser they prescribe, but the fact of the matter is the one I'm using isn't causing irritation in my skin. It works better. Trial and acid, how's your national animal the unicorn? I don't believe it is. I think our national animals are drunk with a Buckfast bottle. Hang on. Scotland. National symbols of Scotland. Well, gosh, apparently it is. This woodcut is an illustration from the book The History of Four-Footed Beasts and Serpents by Edward Topshall. Oh, a national dish. I mean, don't get me wrong, everything on there is absolutely delicious, but God, that looks awful. You see, I thought our national was a lion there. I thought it was more like that, but apparently it's a unicorn. Maybe it's because unicorns, like Scots, look quite sweet and adorable at first, but if you get too close, will run you through. True story. Especially if you go to certain areas of Glasgow late at night. You're going by the hospital, pal. Get that stitched. Right, apologies if my munching is annoying anybody. These almonds are very yummy. Apparently the national tree is a pine. Fair enough, I have no problem with that. National sport, that looks like hockey to me. National, the back, no, the less said about that the better. Patron Saint Andrew. I think he's also the patron saint of constipation, isn't he? Miss Cleo, I'm hearing a whisper coming in behind your voice. It's saying something like Santa. Well, it is Christmas. All I'm getting is the name and not what the intent is. You should probably be careful. Hi, Vina. Vina, I think Vina. I'm sorry if I'm making people hungry. The clothes that I'm surprised you're a Scot. I didn't think your accent was Scottish. Yeah, a lot of people think that. I've had English, Irish, had South African once. But many people don't immediately assume Scottish. Sounds quite Scottish to me. The closer I thought well, it is a British accent. All accents within the United Kingdom are British accents. Well, within Britain are British accents. You meant perhaps English. Shrek. I know they did. Night night, Amber. Have a nice new year too. Why is everybody talking about lotion? Well, my skin condition came up, as it occasionally does, and lots of lotions are involved when you have dodgy skin. Oop. Actually, let's do his lips first. Okay, don't know why I have multiple layers, but we'll do lips on that one. Always forget to do that. That's better. Erica Brown, what are your goals for next year? Just to keep trucking on, I want to break into doing audiobook narrations, so I'll be sending out editions throughout the year for that. I've signed up to ACX. I've got some, I think it's tax information I've got to put on there, so you can get paid when you actually do things. So I'll hopefully be able to produce at least 1 or 2 audiobooks throughout the year. Say the goal low at 1, and we'll see how it all shakes out. Rochelle, does that help your eczema? Well, stupid question. Obviously it does if you're using it. I would never have thought of that. I got some apple cider vinegar because I heard it helped with acid reflux. I tried it once and it literally did nothing for me. Thanks, Vina Waldron. Who are the other 2? Let me know and I'll fight them. With oil. Hello, Kelly. Welcome. Mara, I hope work goes nice and quick for you. Come on now. gives me just about the right kind of greyish bluiness. There, good. Element, you're making money from YouTube with the ads. That's how I make my living, Element. If it wasn't for those, I wouldn't be able to make a living. So I'm very, very grateful to everybody who lets the ads play. Mary Grace, I thought you were supposed to take it in water. Yeah, that's how I took it. Diluted a little bit in water. Well, I think that's only if you're drinking it. I'm not sure if you're applying it topically. Rochelle, you shouldn't regret having YouTube Prime, Red, Blue, Green, Orange, Badger, whatever they call it, because we do get a cut from that. I think about a third to a quarter, depending on the month, of my revenue comes from YouTube Red, so it helps. So if you're watching with that, you don't have to see ads and I get money. Mara, I asked the guy, he was only in about 5 minutes, by the way, he fixed it like that. I posted a tweet just after I saying, hey, the heating man's here. And he comes down, okay, that's it. What? What was wrong with it? Something to do with the pressure? I think I had to adjust the pressure regulator or something, whatever it was. But, no, it didn't keep me waiting too long. I was told they start working at 8, so it could have been at any point throughout the day. It was there about 9:30 in the morning. Did the job, and then that was fine. Had the heating on for a while, so when I'm done here, I'll go have a nice warm bath and soak for a while. Element, do you have a £500 note? I don't think I've ever even seen a £500 note. What are you cooking on New Year's Eve? I don't actually cook on New Year's Eve. My mum used to, and I think my sister still does, used to make like a steak pie. I remember when I was younger, I'd always have the billick steak and the billick sausages as well. I'd always have some of the sausages and gravy with it. But I don't really bother with any of that. Hi, Dom Bridden, how are you doing? Do they make £500 notes? Well, let's go to the wiki. The wiki dicky. Currency. You can see what bad typist I am. Nope. Currencies. Come on. What's the currencies? Money. British pound. Yes, a good British pound. Coins, banknotes. Oh, My heavens, yes. Yes, lowest two denominations withdrawn, yada yada yada. 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. I've had a 100 of 200, 300, 500, never had any of those. And a £1,000 note. Oh, there's Winston again, following us around the internet. So yeah, there is such a thing as a £500 note. Never seen one. Don't expect to. And we do have these new polymer notes now, which actually are mentioned down there, and I like them very much. They feel so much cleaner than all the others. 5, 10s. Oh, good, they're going to introduce 20s in 2020. Seems like a good time to introduce it. I'm not sure if people are joking, but Liam Neeson is Irish. I can do Robert Carlyle, can I? Oh, right, I mean, you're talking about my Rumpelstiltskin voice, dearie. Well, that one's not hard to do. I guess I can kind of do Liam Neeson if I try. Oh God, what have I done? Don't let her die, not with the light on her lips. Oh God, what a woman. That's from one of my favourite films, High Spirits, Liam Neeson was in. Love that film. In fact, I might actually watch it tonight. It's not really a holiday season film, but it's kind of got that vibe about it. Airbnb, no, I've never had a need. I don't travel away from home a lot. Oh, while I'm here, there's one thing I always forget, and I shouldn't. It's a small detail, but it helps. These little bits here. It's subtle, but it makes a difference. I love that bit in High Spirits, and I need to watch because I've got a neighbour called Sharon, where he goes, "Oh Sharon, I love thee, and tonight's bahuggy night." Horny Ghost, lovely. Tom Hanks, no, it was Steve Guttenberg and Daryl Hannah, back in the 80s. And I always forget there's the fella that plays the priest in that. I can't remember his name. And Peter O'Toole, of course. Oh, that's the guy right there. Peter Gallagher, that's what I was thinking of. Much younger Peter Gallagher, playing Father something. Oh, Brother Tony. He was about to become a priest. That was it. Hadn't taken his vows yet. Thanks, Dom. Much appreciated. Angela, well, what you do there is you'd sign up on ACX, and if you don't know how it works, that is, ACX is the audiobook exchange. That's Amazon. That's Amazon. I'm now losing the ability to talk. That's Audible's ecosystem for authors and narrators finding each other. And what you do is you sign up there. If you're an author, you put up an audition piece Then people will download that. They'll record their piece. You obviously stipulate what you're looking for in a narrator. Do you want a male or a female voice? Do you have a particular accent in kind? A particular accent in mind? An age range? What the person sounds like? And people will then submit their auditions, and you pick based on that. And I think that's probably the best way to do it, because it makes sure everything's all requirements are, everybody's aware of everybody's requirements, and you can get it as each chapter is finished. I've written over 40 novels, so you're quite good at it then. That was a lame joke, sorry. Right. Well, it does suck having. I mean, I get the impression a lot of the people on ACX are independent authors. Yeah, so I'm sure if the publisher has their own ideas, then you've kind of got to go with it to get published. Are you under contract with them for much longer? Or do you have any wiggle room to negotiate the terms on the next book? What colour was his hair? Let's do kind of blonde. It looks very light, so let's go blondish. Let's try that. See how that. Try that. We'll work with that. Then we'll adjust it as needed. It's much too bright as it is anyway, so we'll just. Bye, Mara. Yeah, I'm gradually trying to update the merch store on Redbubble. And as I've said, if people don't like Redbubble, I'll swap it over, but they'll do more or less the same things, these companies, don't they? Updating with designs. I did do a Revenge's Ice Cream themed t-shirt, and when I get some other ideas, I'll pop them up as well. Oop. In fact, I think I can maybe show you the Revenge's Ice Cream thing. Scroll down quickly because copyright. Everybody close your eyes, don't look. There. That's the t-shirt design. I thought it was funny. Just an idea that came to me. Well, if the deal is working for you, I suppose reap the benefits. There's always going to be downsides, I suppose, to everything. Why are you photoshopping this image? I'm photoshopping this image just to give us something interesting to look at while we're talking, and to improve my skills at colorizing images. I'm not too bad, but everything needs practice. Right. It doesn't look too half bad at that, actually. Usually when I'm doing blonde, I need to adjust it. Let's see, Paulina's cursing again. Thanks, Angela. Right. Right, I don't know what the suit. I think maybe maybe a blue suit with a red waistcoat and a green tie. Leave the background as it is. Good Coleman does have your name on it too. No, that one doesn't. There are some on my Redbubble store that do have they have the logo in the name. One's one's just it's a larger version of the name, which people keep telling me looks like boobs. So take that however you want. And I think there's one on there that's basically it's a little block of repeated, a tiled version of the logo, and there's a 3D one as well. As I say, when I come up with newer ideas and designs, I'll add them. My Desert Rose, thanks for stopping in. Element, do you believe in ghosts? I hope more than believe, to be honest with you. Ooh, that's a little too much. Does it bother you that I can see what web pages you have up? Well, I left this window open very specifically so we could actually use it during the stream if I had to look anything up. And there's nothing in here. Feel free to have a look, but there's nothing in here I'm ashamed of. So, I deleted all the ones I was ashamed of. Rochelle Hope. That means I don't know if there are ghosts or an afterlife, but I hope there is. Would be depressing to think this nonsense is all there is. Actually, I just realised I think I'll go back and check that later. We'll just do his trousers the same colour. Match the jacket. Kind of, except they're stripy. Erica Brown, what's the strangest story you've ever read? Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. I think it was the one... Oh, actually, it wasn't too long ago, now that I think about it. There might be stranger, but this one pops into my head. The person who... They were finding things. I don't think they ever saw their stalker. But they kept finding things left in their car. Even when they'd lock it at night. And that one's quite disturbing. I mean, I hope if I ever get a stalker... Well, I don't hope to get a stalker. I certainly do not want one. But if ever I'm unfortunate enough to get one and they're able to sneak into my house, I don't have a car, but into my house, they'll do a bit of vacuuming while they're here. That don't look quite right. No, yes it is. Okay, come on. Louise, I'm literally doing a Q&A right now. I don't do video Q&As anymore, if that's what you're talking about. These take the place of it. That hour flew by. Well, we'll keep going for a little bit longer anyway. I think I was gonna do... Maybe do the tie red and do the waistcoat green, actually. Okay, behave yourself, for heaven's sake. And that one will do, I think. Yeah, that'll do. That was already on colour. Thanks, Patty. That's kind, I think. Or horribly disturbing. One of those. Yeah, I really should be using the good mouse I use for making my videos to do these. This old one's not tracking quite as well as it used to. Oh, someone, I don't know if the person's left, but, hang on. Rachel Lang. From the first time I heard your voice, I knew you were Scottish. I have light red hair with very light skin. I sunburn in 10 minutes. And suffer from allergies and dry skin and stomach problems. My dear, will you marry me? I think someone asked about the books earlier. Well, that's not right, that should be. No. Good books. Now, I've repeatedly recommended, and I will keep recommending, the Anno Dracula series by Kim Newman. It's the best set of books I've read. There are 5 in this series. One's a prequel. I won't judge that too harshly. It's actually quite a good book. And there will be a 6th one out at some point. No idea when. Hi, Julie Reap. And other books I recommend. Stephen Fry. If you like Stephen Fry, I recommend 2 out of his 3 biographies. The first one is called Moab is My Washpot. No idea what it means, but I think it just has something to do with home. And that's Stephen Fry's early days, when he was a young whippersnapper. And right up to when he was arrested. Yes, he was a bit of a tearaway in his younger days. And the second one deals with his time from Cambridge. It's like his earlier days in television. They're both very, very excellent books, especially the second one. Very detailed, wonderfully written. However, the third one, and when I heard a few years back, oh, there's a new Stephen Fry autobiography. Excellent, I'll be looking forward to that. I wonder how much detail will go into this time, how much of his life it'll cover. So I bought it. Very excited. And he spends about an hour and a half, I think, of the book recapping the previous 2 books while bitching at the audience for, oh, why are you reading this? This isn't for you. This is for the people who didn't buy the first 2 books. I mean, the first 2 books have been out for years at this point. You could probably pick them up quite cheaply second hand if you really wanted to read them. So the recap was completely unnecessary. Then you've got, it was the audiobook I got. Then you've got about 4 hours of new material. Then the rest, and bear in mind this is about an 8 or 9 hour book. Then the rest of, I think about 9 hours. The rest of the book is, and it's about 4 hours, is not actually anything he's written new. It's basically copy-pasting his diary entries from about a year of his life. Mind-numbingly boring and uninformative. And I say this with complete adoration of Stephen Fry. I think I've been quite clear on how much I love that man. But that book was essentially a rip-off. That being said, I definitely recommend the first 2 books. I recommend his Heroes and Mythos book. I think, I don't know for sure, but I get the impression there might actually be a 3rd one in that series at some point. Ooh, that's the eraser. Behave yourself. There might be a 3rd one in that book dealing with Troy. All those events. Because he does mention it quite a bit in the second book. And I think other autobiographies. Definitely recommend Brian Blessed's first book, autobiography. What was it called? Oh yes, Absolute Pandemonium. And now I get the impression that most of the stories he tells in there would be different if the other people involved were telling them. Let's just put it that way. Knows how to spin a yarn, and it's a very enjoyable book, though. Yeah, basically it seems that bad skin is in the Scottish bloodline, it seems. Yeah, where was it? Oh yes, I was recommending books to people. That's absolute pandemonium. That's good. And also, there's a series of books I'm really, really enjoying right now. If you're a Sherlock Holmes fan, it's a series of books called Warlock Holmes. It reimagines the Sherlock Holmes concept as if I was going to go for red with this time, wasn't I? Nice deep red there. It reimagines the Sherlock Holmes concept as if he wasn't an excellent, wonderfully skilled detective. He was a very powerful warlock. And Dr. John Watson was actually quite a skilled detective. He uses his skills in diagnosing patients to basically treat crime scenes and cases as he would a patient. He looks at them and he takes in the information, he makes his deductions. And Holmes in this book, he's not, I wouldn't say he's stupid, but he's certainly not as world savvy as Watson is. So working together, the two make a great team. In these books, Lestrade, I think is the way I prefer it. He's a vampire, a Romanian vampire, and Gregson is actually Grogson. He's kind of an ogre, essentially, is what he is. And so far they've been coming out but one a year. In fact, there's another one due out in May 2019. Can't pre-order the audiobook yet, but I will as soon as it's available to do so. And let me think, other books I'd recommend. Well, Good Omens, obviously, by Neil Gaiman. In fact, I'd also recommend any of his short story collections. They're very wonderful, very detailed, very diverse is what I was going for there. And he actually, in at least two of those, there's a Sherlock Holmes story. Pretty good one called A Study in Emerald. It sets things in the world of Cthulhu with a little bit of a twist on the tale. Alright, let's play around with this a bit. Gilly Ferry. It was called Warlock Holmes. First one is A Study in Brimstone. All the titles are parodies on Sherlock Holmes stories, so instead of A Study in Scarlet, you've got A Study in Brimstone. The second one was Hellhound of the Baskervilles. That one's quite good because you actually learn a lot more about Warlock's backstory in that. And the third one, that was the last one to come out, is called My Grave Ritual, which it took me a little while to realise was actually a play on the Musgrave Ritual. Quite obvious when you hear it said aloud, but... and the next one... Ooh, what's that called again? Let's look that up. Warlock Holmes. No, I thought those would be listed here. Now, look. Nope. Oh, what is the next one? Nope, can't recall the name of the next one, but it'll be out in May. Shrek, if you did enjoy A Study in Emerald, there was another one. It was in Trigger Warning. What was it called? I think it takes place in China. Trigger Warning. No, that's not what we're looking for. Yes, stupid. Neil Gaiman. Burblographer. Neil Gaiman. No, we want his novels. Okay, do you have a separate one for short story collections? Fraggle Things, not that one. Is it down here? Ah, there it is. It's called A Case of Death and Honey. Right, and that can be found in Trigger Warning. And it's, without giving away too many spoilers, it kind of, it's Neil Gaiman has always been bothered, and I think it bothered a lot of Sherlock Holmes fans, it did to me a little bit, is Sherlock Holmes whom it has been established is practically catatonic if he doesn't have a case to engage his mind. So why would that man, even at about 60 years old or whenever he retired, choose to retire to Surrey and keep bees, which is one of the most mind-numbingly boring activities you can do, because there isn't really a lot involved for you in beekeeping. There will be periods here and there where you find yourself quite active, but by and large you're just letting the bees do their thing. And so this story analyses why would Sherlock Holmes be studying bees. And his idea was, well, maybe it was part of a case. And that's all I'm going to say on it. Right. Back to Winston. No problem, Shrek. Hue saturation. Do the thing. Actually works a little bit better. Play with the tie a bit. Yeah, I think the red works better for it. Okay, I did miss a bit of his hand out there, didn't I? There. And we'll flatten that. And we'll make some final adjustments. A little too harsh, the brightness on his face. Let's try levels first. I usually like to start there. That helps. Louise, did I not answer that earlier? No current plans. Not saying never, but no current plans. Just doesn't help at all, does it? Right, you can go away. Add saturation just a little bit. Ah, there was one thing I forgot. I'll do that now. And I'll try that brush, that'll do. Hi, Bihei. Welcome. Yeah, I think maybe we're nearly done. Actually, let me get the burn tool out because I'm bringing some of the details in his face a little bit more. Come on now. Don't hide from me. There we go. Let's set that to highlights. That's there too much. Let's go back to shadows. That's better. Northern Light Star, favourite glitch in the Matrix story. Can't remember what video it was, but it was a subscriber submission about a youngish woman. I think she was in her late teens, early 20s maybe. She was with her mother and her stepfather, and they come across this creepy town that they then can't find whenever they've been by that way again. It was just really, really well written. Very, very, very descriptive. A lot of good metaphor. Yeah, personally speaking, I quite like red hair on women. It's just something I like. It's not a requirement, I just like it. Elaine, you must be living. You must be a few hours ahead of me. I'm currently stuck in Sunday. I think that's as much as I'd want to do with that one. I might save it for future use. Save. Yeah, save all the information. Lovely. Boop. Right. Should I pick another one? I need a bigger one than that to work on. The more detail, the better. It looks like Charlie Chaplin in that one. Yeah, I might be able to clean that up a bit. Let's see if I can do something with that. Open. That's the wrong one. You silly Hellfreezer. Open. That one. There we go. Gath ever says karma. Thank you kindly. Right, we'll crop that white stuff away from the edge. Come on. See. Boop. And boop. There we go. Yeah, same time here, Kelly. Oddly enough. We live in the same country. It's the same time. Yes, indeed. Alright, that's better. And Let's see if we can despeckle this a bit. Might be a bit too thin, but we'll see what we can do. It's a regular Scottish party in here tonight. I think there's at least 3 of us. I still love the Americans though, don't worry. Right, let's leave that and we'll then detail where necessary, and I'll work and clean now when I get to it. Review bro, I don't think I've seen that guy. I was actually thinking he looks a bit like, you know, Linkara? From when atop the wall with Linkara? Why? I mean, it's not an awful country, it's just not one I often picture people wanting to move to. It's perfectly fine. The people, although they seem initially grumpy, are actually quite friendly. Scotland can be very beautiful. There are many beautiful parts. A lot of not so nice parts as well, but there are beautiful parts. Depends on where you go. Oh, go away. I signed up for Unity ages ago. Barely use it and they keep sending me emails. Yeah, I don't think that really works. I have cocktail sausages in the refrigerator. I might snack on them tomorrow at some point. Nothing wrong with turkey sausages, mind you, they're very yummy. So you guys say you'd like the Scottish weather a bit. Try living with it. You go out, it's nice and sunny. So you grab your sunglasses, and you're halfway to your destination and it's pouring down a rain. Just a minute while I shift positions, my leg's gone dead. Ow, better. I like the rain too. Well, I like the sound of the rain on the glass and all that, but it's no fun having to go out in it. There's got to be something else I can do for that. I've dealt with worse images. Right, let's try other blurs. let's do another Gaussian blur, but be less severe about it. Yeah, like way less than that. That's actually better. Alright, now where's my eraser? That's a soft edge. That's fine. Pardon me. Norway. I used to know a guy named Herman from Norway. Wonder whatever happened to him. Well, I say knew him. I used to hang out in the same chat room. Oh, that actually isn't too bad. Yeah, that's not bad at that, actually. Preserves most of the details. Get rid of the despeckling a bit. Let's leave it there. Hi, Heather. Elaine, what are you doing to Charlie? This is Winston Churchill. Just the image was a bit old and pixely. I think it's from an old newspaper, actually. Just trying to see if I can clean it up a little. Kath Edwards says Karma. Yeah, pretty much the same here as well. Wind, rain. We did have some sun on Saturday. That wasn't bad while I was out. Just gently now. Now, I said gently. That's too much. Well, it actually does a lot to clean that up, doesn't it? Yep. I'll merge that there. Well, from where we started, that's actually quite good. Yeah, how old was he here? Was it 1901? This one. (1901). Looking very dapper. Let's see if we can clean up some of that fadedness at the bottom. I think I can actually do that with spot healing. Actually, it's quite close. That should work. Elaine, will you be telling a story shortly? No, I don't do that on stream. I like to just chat and chill with you guys on stream. little bit of colour to this one, but it's really not going to need much. Am I okay on other things? I hope I'm not lagging too much. Stream seems healthy though. What was that? Oh yeah, colour. Boop. Boop. Oh, that's what I meant to do. I have to set this actually to colour mode. It's probably stuck in grayscale mode. RGB colour. There we go. That's better. And that one there. Boop. And we should be good to colour now. I got to remember, paint with the, don't paint with the, that's the wrong brush. Paint with the brush, not with an eraser and spoiling and things. There we go. Does anyone else have problems when they click on the video, then the next day it's off, and you need to click again? I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that. Are videos disappearing? Is that what you're saying? And for a minute I misread that. I thought you said your dog is laying on your head. I was thinking, oh, that's uncomfortable. Oh, right, I follow you now. The the likes are disappearing. Well, they look okay for me. So I don't know if it would resolve itself by leaving it. Just one of those many glitches. voices outside. Good night, Shrek. Shrek. Sleep tight. Well, we have a nice new year. I'll probably be heading off myself soon in a little while anyway. May as well go to the 2-hour mark. I like to go to the 2 hours if I can. Then I can go enjoy that bath I didn't get to have last night. Because I have hot water. Yay! Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, tap water in Scotland is actually pretty good. Yeah, some places you can't even drink from the tap, but you can here. I'll be looking to revamp the streams a little bit in the new year though. I can't keep colorizing things on stream. I have to find more interesting things to do. I mean, I would play games if the environment was a bit more friendly to that, but you know, you can't really predict what companies are okay with and which ones aren't. Oh. Well, I hope your mother gives her blessing. That would be that'd make for a very awkward new year. Press no, then go away. There we are. Oh, where's this eraser again? That's a very traditional thing to do, though, asking permission from the parents. A little bit of pink in the background, maybe. Playing Sims. That's a weird game. I did watch Elena Fender playing it at one point. She turned her sim into a serial killer. A lesbian serial killer. That was fun. Well, she hasn't done it for a while. She's not really a gamer, she just does it now and again. Oop, not much. Finish this side off first. Sorry if I'm going quiet, I'm just trying to stay within the edges here. Hello, Kate. Yeah, I've had a pretty decent year with uploads. Hit the paranormal milestone. Was it this year I hit the 300 on the True Scary Stories? Can't remember, might have been. And hit my 1000th video on the channel. It's a little bit more than that now. So yeah, it's been a good year. Started some new things. Got rid of some things that weren't really working as well. Yeah, I think the channel's been okay enough. I'm getting close to 57,000 subscribers. I won't hit that before the year's out, but I think I might hit it just after, if things keep going the way they are. Yeah, so things have actually been quite good. And you guys are usually quite receptive when I try new things. You're willing to give them a shot. I'm always very grateful for that. No, it wouldn't be good to see a mad Hellfreezer. That would not be charming at all. Kate, you should never apologise for your witchy ways. And your lesbian ways. All good here in Casa de Hellfreezer. Unless you're an evil witch, in which case, well, behave yourself and you can have a cup of tea. Yeah, I think that works. Rochelle, does your accent get thicker when angered? Yeah, I'm one of those people. My accent does get stronger when I'm grumpy. Come on, flatten the image. In Scotland, do you drink tea and not coffee? We drink both. In fact, the other day I got some new tea things. I'd been meaning to get a little infuser. That's what I couldn't remember the word there. A little tea infuser, because there's some loose leaf teas I wanted to try that I couldn't really find bagged versions of. So I got that, and I got a thingy of ginger tea, which is literally just ginger. That's the only ingredient in it. That was really nice with honey in it. And also got something called gunpowder green tea, which I'd heard of a while ago and wanted to try. But I drink coffee as well, because I recently had to buy a new French press. I'm the only one that lives here, so obviously I'm the only one who's drinking coffee here. So I've managed to find a nice little single cup one for a reasonable price. Well, I hope your haircut goes well tomorrow, Kate. Well, if it doesn't go right, you could always just dye it a really weird colour. Or you could play about with wigs. Or shave it all off and get like a spider tattoo on your skull. That'd be quite cool. Well, I haven't tried the gunpowder yet. I had the ginger the other night and it was very, very lovely. I might have put just a teeny weeny bit too much honey in it, but it was still very lovely. And I haven't opened the green tea yet. I've got a few different kinds in there anyway. I've got matcha green tea. I managed to find Twinings doing a bagged version of that, and it's been really nice. See, purple and silver, that sounds cool. I remember when I was 18, I dyed my hair black. Did not suit it at all. I'm not sure. Let's tell you what. Let's head to the Wikipedia. Head to Wikipedia again. See what we can learn about gunpowder green tea, and then actually let's save that. Yes, we'll save that. Thank you. Come on. Behave yourself. There we go. And then we might wrap up because I think that's nearly 2 hours. Yeah, same with me. Most of the teas I buy are Twinings. I love the Earl Grey and a few different green ones. There's an apple and pear green they do. That's really nice. Some other ones as well. And I got the matcha one because I finally found some place doing that. And that was rather nice. And I think the only one I've bought that wasn't Twinings, because I never used to drink a lot of tea. Then many years ago I thought, oh, winter's coming in, I should probably try some new hot drinks. So I tried some teas and I thought, oh, that's nice. So I kind of just made sure I kept them stocked. But the only one that wasn't Twinings, because I haven't seen them do a version of it, was Red Bush tea. Have you ever tried that? There we go. Pearl tea is a form of Chinese tea in which each leaf has been rolled into a small round pellet. Its English name comes from the resemblance to grains of gunpowder. There we go, that's why. It's because it looks like gunpowder. I really do like Earl Grey. In fact, I have it on its own. Just, tea bag in some water. Just let it soak till it's nice and strong. I'll be honest with you, I only picked it up because I like Star Trek. Judge if you will. I resisted it for years, but when I was trying teas, I thought, alright, give me that one, I'll try it, see if I like it. And I did, so I've been drinking it for years now. Chamomile, I did not like at all, just did not like the taste of it. I don't think I've tried chai tea though. Wrong Star Trek, Louise. It was a Next Generation. Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Of course it's hot. What do you want in it? Numi tea. I'll need to make a note of all these names. Numi tea. Or is it nummy tea? Because it's nummy. So it's like, or is it the brand? Is that what you're talking about? Or is it this one? Which looks like dried lime tea. Well, that sounds interesting. They do dried limes. That's quite nice. What's this? Organic tree. I think maybe this is the one you were talking about with the varieties. How was Lady Grey from Earl Grey? I can't remember. I remember at one point Twinings was doing, when you bought a box of their tea, they'd have a free sample. It was like a bag or two of one of the other varieties. There was a Lady Grey, and I can't remember if I tried that one. I don't think it's quite as well. We have Tinternet here. Let's look it up. Lady Grey. It's apparently Twinings' own invention. Only been around since the 90s. The Nordic market, which apparently found Earl Grey too strong in flavour. I never. Turning down good British tea. Yeah, apparently it's a less strong version of Earl Grey. Folgers. I've seen those kind of weird, slightly dodgy ads for Folgers, but I don't know if we ever had that over here. Hellfreezer, you type quite quick. Yeah, I also make a lot of mistakes, as you'll see from my Twitter feed if you've ever looked at it. I eventually just gave up deleting and correcting them because they won't give me an edit button. Numi. Okay, I was saying it wrong. Numi tea. There, Mara. I bet Hellfreezer there isn't a voice you can't do. Oh, there's quite yeah, I think it's okay to show Wikipedia pages. I've done it before. It is Creative Commons Attribution. There's the license, showing it quite clearly there. No, there's voices I can't do. I'm certain there are. I mean, if there's a voice that has something unique to it, like if you're doing Patrick Stewart, of course, Stewart. There's a tonality there that's easy to go to. But there's other people, like I couldn't do Jonathan Frakes' voice because his voice is fine. There's no little quirk in there for me to latch onto. Yeah, all I can say is I hope Twinings paid Stephen Fry really well, because he did nothing but good things for their business. I can't think of name. Right, is there anything else I was wanting to do on the stream? Might be a good time to wrap it up. In fact, I think I will wrap it up there. I'm almost reluctant to say goodbye to you guys. I've been having quite a chill time tonight. But that's nearly 2 hours, 10 minutes, so I guess we'll say goodbye for now. The Joker out of Suicide Squad. I can't even remember what he sounds like. I mean, I can do kind of a Mark Hamill-ish Joker. Favorite color? Favorite colors are black and purple. Purple for the people who say black isn't a color. Okay, now before I head off, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you've given my channel and the narrator community in general. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to us, I know. I'm not too entrenched in the community, I know, in terms of getting involved, but it doesn't mean I don't care. I certainly do. I've always been a bit of a loner. And I hope I can continue to keep you entertained and amused in 2019. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna head off for now. Unless there's any more questions I can answer quickly. I think that's everything. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll probably see you guys maybe next week sometime anyway. I mean, is it a year away? Yes, it's a year away, but it shall be here before we know it. So until next time, thank you very, very much for listening, and take very good care of yourselves.